This Equipment World video is brought to you by Chevron Delo 600 ADF Ultra Low Ash Diesel Engine Oil. It's time to kick some ash.
Today we're here to talk about a pretty unique machine. We're here to talk about the JCB Pothole Pro. What is the Pothole Pro? It's an all-in-one machine that is made to basically prep for pothole repair. This thing comes in, it mills, it carves nice clean edges, and then it sweeps everything up into the bucket so you can dump it into a truck and off you go down the road to the next pothole to be repaired. So without further ado, here's Javier from JCB to tell us more about the Pothole Pro. What is the Pothole Pro? For a lot of people, they've probably never seen anything like this. They're not really familiar with what the machine is. Can you give us kind of just a general overview of the machine?
Okay, so the Pothole Pro is a 3-in-1 solution to pothole repair. Basically, the way we say it is it can cut, crop, and clean with one machine. So essentially, on the back of the Pothole Pro, you have a 2-foot planer. So as you're working through, you can just come into your pothole, you can plane it through. It sits on a carriage that moves from side to side. So if it's wider than 2 feet, obviously you can just shift from side to side. Once you've milled your hole, then you can come in with our 16-inch cropper and actually cut your straight lines anywhere where you need to line it all up. And after that's done, you come back with your sweeper, which is 4 foot wide, and just sweep it all up into a half cubic yard hopper that's attached to it. One important thing to add is both the planer and the sweeper are water suppressed to help with dust.
Interesting. So you're kind of covering the full gamut of prep to do the actual pothole repair with this one machine.
Absolutely. The only thing we do not do is lay down asphalt. That's the only thing we haven't done it yet. We'll get there.
Coming soon. Excellent. So I guess my next question is, at least here in the US, because we have such a unique market when it comes to this stuff, I'm envisioning most of these machines probably ending up in the hands of municipalities. And so one of the first questions I would think they would have is, what is the learning curve on this machine? How quick can I get an operator up to speed? Because you've got multiple attachments running off of one machine. That seems pretty complicated.
You're absolutely right. And see, that's the thing. This isn't necessarily a very simple machine, but it's not a very complicated machine either. You steer with a steering wheel just like you would any conventional car, and you have your excavator controls. Obviously, in the excavator controls, you have all your auxiliary buttons to operate all the attachments. So essentially, all you really have to do is learn your buttons and you'll get there. And we've had these out with people, and 1 week, 2 weeks, they're into it. Obviously, it's a learning curve. It's not easy, but yeah, I mean, anybody can learn this stuff.
And just out of curiosity, there are a lot of municipalities that pursue pothole repair with like spray patch machines and things of that nature. Can you give us just kind of a quick reason why would a municipality want to pursue this level of pothole repair versus like a traditional spray patch repair?
So what it is this is more of a permanent repair. Because you have such a perfect cut and the right depth all the way across, you get a better repair overall, so it won't come back anytime soon. We just consider this more of a permanent repair instead of just a quick patch.
Yeah, it's not a Band-Aid fix. You're actually redoing that little section of pavement.
Absolutely.
So my next question is, again, thinking from the terms of a municipality that might be interested in this machine, how versatile is this machine? It looks at the surface like you've got some sort of a tilt rotator on it. Is it possible to drop that attachment and use it as a traditional wheeled excavator, or is this thing pretty well set up to be the pothole machine?
But before we get into that, I want to take a second to tell you about the sponsor of this video, Chevron Lubricants. Protecting your diesel engine and its exhaust aftertreatment system has traditionally been seen as an either-or proposition when it comes to choosing the engine oil that's going to protect your system. And that's exactly why Chevron spent more than a decade of R&D work developing a no-compromise formulation. Now, I don't have to tell you why a clogged DPF is bad news, but here's the real kick in the pants. 90% of that ash clogging up your DPF and then upping your fuel and maintenance costs, it comes from your engine oil. You might be thinking, why don't they make an engine oil with less ash in it then? You'll be happy to learn that Chevron agrees with you. They've developed a new ultra-low ash diesel engine oil that is specifically designed to combat DPF ash clogging. Delo 600 ADF with OmniMax technology cuts sulfate ash by 60%, radically reducing the rate of DPF clogging and extending the DPF service life by 2.5 times. Before you had to choose between protecting your engine or your aftertreatment system. Now you don't. Delo 600 ADF with OmniMax technology. It's time to kick some ash.
How versatile is this machine? It looks at the surface like you've got some sort of a tilt rotator on it. Is it possible to drop that attachment and use it as a traditional wheeled excavator, or is this thing pretty well set up to be the pothole machine?
No, it's very versatile. As a matter of fact, one of the sayings I have is, how do you spell versatility? And it's POTHOLEPRO, Pothole Pro. So I was actually out in Pennsylvania yesterday, and we were demoing this unit to a couple municipalities, and we started off doing a pothole repair, and we ended the day mowing and sweeping with the same machine. So yes, it comes out as a Pothole Pro package, but that's not its limits. You can obviously put a snow blower if you're up north. You can do a mower. You can do a shear. I mean, anything that's within the gallons per minute capability of the machine, you can use on it. So you're not limited to just pothole repair.
I do really like the way that you guys have approached that, because I do feel like when you start moving into these specialized machines, there's a lot of companies that kind of get so focused down on what they've created that they kind of lose the bigger picture of a lot of contractors and municipalities have a hard time paying this much money for it only does one thing sort of machine. They need that versatility to kind of justify that cost. So I'm really happy to hear that you can drop that attachment and you can still use it as a traditional wheeled excavator.
You're absolutely right, because we realize that certain times of the year, maybe you're not doing any pothole repair. So like I said, up north, you need to put that blower on there and then use it for snow blowing.
One of the things that you guys advertise, as I was looking through some of the materials you sent over, you're able to basically prep a pothole within, and if I remember right, it was about 8 minutes. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The pothole prep that we did yesterday was about, it was like a 4x6 area. The only thing is we were training the municipalities, so it took us 15 minutes, but that's with instruction in what we were doing.
I was about to say, that's with instruction, showing an operator how the process works, and you were still able to accomplish that in 15 minutes.
Correct.
And you are fully prepped for the asphalt guys.
You're fully prepped. Absolutely. And the one thing I will say is, during this prep, it was one individual only. The one individual did the whole prep in 15 minutes while giving instruction as well.
Wow. And I will say the other advantage that comes to mind is, in our industry where you can't find anyone and it's getting increasingly difficult to find skilled operators, one of the chief complaints of the operators is, I don't want to be outside in the elements. I don't want to be doing this backbreaking, laborious work. And this machine has really taken that out of the picture, because I think about a traditional crew. You've got someone that's coming in with a skid steer with a planer on it. And then you've got someone coming in with a broom to follow up, but then you've still got handwork that's got to take place. You're getting in and out of cabs and in and out of machines. This is one machine,
Correct.
One operator that is just cruising around the city doing pothole repairs, and he never has to leave his seat.
Yes, sir, and that's absolutely right. Cruising around the town is another big benefit of this machine. It has a top speed of 25 miles per hour, so there's no need to truck it out there. You just drive it to your location and you're set. We actually did that earlier in this week in another township in Pennsylvania, where we actually drove it out to site. So there's no need for an additional truck to tow it around in. It's its own machine that can get itself anywhere it needs to go and do what it needs to do.
Well, my final question for you is, what does your availability look like on these machines here in the U.S. currently?
Right now, we're at about 3 to 4 month wait time on them.
Okay, so really not that bad in the grand scheme of things.
No, not that bad. And there's a couple available in the United States at the dealers right now, too.
Perfect.
They're using them for demos, but if anybody needed one right now, they could probably get one ASAP.
Excellent. And who would you recommend contacting? Your local JCB dealer, or is there someone specific someone should talk to about this machine?
No, just contact your local JCB dealer, and they'll be able to help you out.
Awesome. Well, Javier, thank you so much for being on the show and all the information.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you again for JCB and Javier coming on the show to discuss the Pothole Pro with us today. If you guys are interested, like Javier said, just reach out to your local JCB dealer and they can get you all the details you need. As always, I hope this helps you in your business, and we'll catch you guys next time on The Dirt.